Hi all, this is Dr. J at 11 streaming live from Long Island, New York, where the weather was pretty decent today, a little chill in the air, but still managed to get by with just a sweatshirt. So, who can complain if it's 40 degrees, 44 degrees, take a little brisk walk. It's pretty nice out there. Anyway, are we looking forward to the market on Monday? The open at 9:30. I think we're looking forward to it. We should have a nice follow through from Friday, and even if we slide back a little, I think we bounce. So if we start off low, no problem. I think we'll still have a little steam ahead, so that will carry us to a green candle for the day. So I'm predicting a nice start to the week and a nice week in general and a nice year in particular. In 2019, I think will be a good year for stocks, better than all the pundits on Wall Street are saying, which is not much. So it's not hard to be better, more optimistic than them. There's extreme pessimism on the street, and that makes Dr. J more optimistic. I'm a contrarian all the way. Not only that, the charts are telling me something that aren't to be ignored. I think the recent one-day surges we had the day after Christmas and Friday were very, very meaningful, very powerful moves. And the biotechs, I mean, I didn't have the stomach to do my special report till now. And only now, because we got a little better movement in some of the biotechs. I'm gonna stick to my usual suspects: gern, athx, actinium, celsi, ONCS, Oncosec Medical, tndm, which is Tandem Diabetes, a medical device maker, and sesn. I don't even remember what they stand for, but they're a bladder cancer drug in clinical stages, late clinical stages. So we're going to look at those 7: gern, athx, atnm, ONCS, CBM, tndm, and sesn. And I'm going to try to have something nice to say about all of them. Good try. Remember, do your own due diligence. Dr. J's opinions are strictly my own and do not constitute investment advice. Seek the advice of an investment advisor if you want to follow through with any of my ideas. Not that I have too many ideas. Not tonight anyway. We're going to just take a look at what's been happening and what the latest trends in these stocks are, and what support and resistance levels we're looking at. That's the main thrust of tonight. And I like talking to you guys, so I like seeing you on a more regular basis. I know I haven't been lately. I've been so doggone busy and, like I said, having fun. And I'll be traveling on and off throughout the month, so I'm going to be coming to you sporadically, but I'm going to try to come to you as often as I can, even if it's in faraway places that isn't Long Island, New York. Anyway, let's get right to it. No, I don't want to get right to it yet. I want to remind you that down in the lower right-hand corner, there should be a subscribe button. Please hit it if you haven't already subscribed. If you have subscribed, give me a like occasionally. It makes me feel good. That's a thumbs up, right? Thumbs up button. Hit the share link and share the video with your friends on Twitter or wherever you want, with stock twits, whatever you want. What else? Facebook. Share it around. Spread the word. Please write comments. I'd love to hear from you. And some of you say such nice things and it makes me feel good. And some of you say some not so very nice things, and that's okay too. And some of you just have very strong opinions, and I respect that. So let's get to the video charts where you can hear Dr. J's very strong opinions. And remember, my opinions are what? They're my own. That's right. They're strictly my own. Dr. J doesn't listen to the gurus on Wall Street. Dr. J doesn't listen to the mailman who gives him a tip. Dr. J doesn't listen to his very knowledgeable friends, and maybe I should. And now what the heck is wrong with my screen? I hit the share button and nothing is happening. That I don't like. Oh boy, Verizon is at it again. I don't know what to do. I'll start closing some Word documents. Maybe that'll help. You think? I don't know. Maybe I got too much stuff open. Oh, I doubt it. Damn. What is going on? This is not good. We're just in a loop. Yucky poo. I think I'm going to have to end this and start again. Is that okay with you guys? So I'm going to power this thing down and shut my computer and do it all over again. I don't know what else to do. Chrome is not responding. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Well, let me just try one more thing. I'm going to try the task manager. I'll shut Chrome if I can. Maybe I should try a different browser. What do you think? Chrome is maybe failing me. I don't know what it is. Maybe a new computer. Task manager, let me shut Chrome. If I can. And task. Let's see if it gives me the old Hangout and continues. I think so. So maybe we didn't miss too much, I hope. Let me go to the share screen where I left off before. And this time I'm not in an infinite loop. It went right through. Okay, so there's hope. Let's look first at Geron. This should be a most interesting videotape. When I look at it, I'm probably not going to be too pleased, but I want to continue. What do you say I continue? All right, that's it. I got a lot of people saying continue, Dr. J. All right, so Geron, notice, was in a trading range for a lot of months after its collapse, from 9/27 until about 12/11. So about two and a half months. It sat there between a dollar. Let's see what this low is. $1.50 and what's this? This is about $1.50 and $2, something like that. And then it collapsed, went all the way down below a dollar, like 97 cents, and has been coming back on zero volume. That's not good. And look, the volume has been extremely low anyway, but now the volume is practically invisible volume. So that's interesting. It's no one seems to care about Geron anymore, except those few remaining shareholders like me. I did sell a lot of my Geron, but I still have a lot. So I'm hoping that Geron comes back and tests the old support at $1.40-ish, $1.46. And that would be a tremendous move, and then digest that move and then move further up with time. So I think the move that we're looking for is from $1.10 to $1.46. That would be the very nice move for Geron to make and instill a little confidence in those investors that are sticking with it. All right, athx. There's been no new news that I'm aware of with Geron. Dr. Scarlett is still waiting on, I don't know what, starting up phase 3 once we get the transfer completed from J&J. And I hope he's pursuing partners. athx, athx. Another slightly disappointing stock to Dr. J, who's loaded up with more shares than I can count lately. So I have a ton of this stuff, and I hope it's worth more than wallpaper. It seems to be a very promising biotech with stem cell technology called multi-stem. That's off-the-shelf treatments for ischemic stroke and other illnesses. The clinical trial that's going on in Japan, I think it's called Treasure or something like that, is going to end, I think, this year, and probably by the end of the year or so, we get data, and we'll know what's up. Maybe we'll get some interim readouts in between. There's also an odds trial going on, acute respiratory distress syndrome. I think we're due to get data on that real soon. We'll see. I do like the move up over the recent few days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The last 7 days was a nice move up from a low of $1.36 to a high on Friday of $1.58. So that was a nice move up. I'm hoping for some continuation up to the $1.66 level, which would be the next area of old resistance. So I think we might have some resistance at this level. Get past that, we're looking at the old support level of $1.80 or $1.83 to $1.85, something like that. Let's say $1.80 to $1.85 would be the next resistance after that. And after that, I'm not going to worry about it, because once it breaks through that, I'll be very, very happy. Just happy to get it back into this long trading range that we were in. I don't see why it shouldn't. I think it went down with the market. Biotechnology stocks all took a hit. I think that's why athx took a hit as well. I'd love to talk to Gil Van Brockman. I got to call him up. All right, Tandem Diabetics. It's a medical device maker. They have what they consider to be the creme de la creme of I guess it's blood and whatever other tests diabetics have to take. So it's one of those upper end testing devices. And I think they're doing rather well, judging from the chart. Long term, extremely well, a strong uptrend. found support on a downtrend right about here at 32 and 32, let's say. And when it broke below that support, it was just for one day, and it bounced right back to the upper end of its trading range, down to the lower end of the trading range, back to the upper end of the trading range, back to the lower end of the trading range, slightly below that, sprung right back up to the top of the trading range, back to the lower of the trading range. Now it looks like it's heading to the top of the trading range. Why not? I mean, this has been a tremendous swing trade between, looks like 39.50 and 32.50. That's a 7-point swing trade. That's not bad if you get in at 3.25, and you get out at 3.7. You go in at 32.50, let's say, and you get out at 39 or so. That's a very nice swing trade. All right, anyway, if you want to do that kind of thing, this looks like an ideal stock to do it in. Of course, if it ever breaks this 39.40 level of resistance and clears it, it will probably just make new highs, because that's what it's been doing right up until September 13th. So this looks like a pretty, I don't want to say safe stock, but if you buy it down here at the 32.25, 32 level, I think it's a pretty good bet, looking from the looking at the performance over the last 4 months, that you're not going to lose money. And whether you may not get rich, but you're not going to lose money. That's not bad in this market. All right, SCSN. This is sesn Bio, the bladder cancer drug. Clinical trials, data didn't look bad, but it sure sold off on the data. And it's gone below even recent support. So as much as I'd like to say, speculate, give it a shot, maybe it'll bounce back, maybe it will, but it's got a lot of resistance to ward off. It's got to get past this resistance at about 92 cents, and then it's got to get past this resistance at about $1.10, $1.08. So it's got a lot of headwinds in terms of the chart. It doesn't look good in terms of the chart, but the fact that the data was pretty good, I mean, not blowout great data, but it was pretty good data on their bladder cancer trial. I think the CEO is optimistic that it has the use for people who want to delay bladder, removing their bladder and take this drug instead, do have an alternative. There were a lot of complete responses to this drug. So rather than have a bladder transplant or whatever, I think this is a potential useful drug. Right now, I would stay away probably, because the chart looks ugly. CVM, sell side. We're awaiting data on the head and shoulder cancer trial, and you notice that this wedge is coming to a point, so that we should get this data by February 12th. I don't know if that's true, but I think we're going to get the data soon. Could be way before February 12th. If the data is positive, it will break out way to the upside. So this has got tremendous potential. Of course, I don't have to tell you it's a binary event. If the data is negative, you're looking at numbers like 77 cents. So, I mean, you're looking at $10 or 77 cents, something like that. And it's not unlike Geron was a few months ago when us Gurniacs, including me, was awaiting the decision by J&J whether to continue the trials or not. So it's always a fretful time when you're sitting on a big decision, like CBM is awaiting its data, like Geron was awaiting the J&J decision. All right, ONCS reported some pretty good data and the market didn't like it. I mean, I don't know what's wrong with this market. It sold off on really good data. I think Tavo is looking to be a phenomenal kind of drug, an IL-2 PD-1 inhibitor, whatever that means. So I think OncoSec Medical under its new CEO has potential to bounce back to this dollar area and beyond. I mean, on any kind of good news, it should go. And I just don't understand why it collapsed so badly, but it did. And of course, money is always an issue. Dilution is always an issue. With all of these biotechs, dilution, more dilution, it's really tough to be a biotech investor. ATNM, Actinium Pharmaceuticals, another one whose drug looks phenomenal. IOMAB B, whatever it's called, A, B, Actimab, IOMAB, whatever they're called. They pre-treat their bone marrow for transplantation of bone marrow. And I think the results have been very good to date. And there's expectation, I would think, that the results going forward will verify the past results and corroborate the past results. And barring any negative surprises with the data, I think we're going to move on back up, test this double top right here at 62 cents. I know it's a big leap from 45 cents, but this stock don't kid around when it moves up. So moving up to the 60-cent level is my target for Actinium Pharmaceuticals, which also tends to dilute and dilute and dilute some more and so on. And I wish they wouldn't, I mean, who am I to tell them how to do business, but they keep announcing new directions, that they want to get into the immunotherapy space with a new clinical trial. Finish your old clinical trials and quit diluting so much and get some good results under your belt. Let's start making some money for your shareholders, Mr. CEO. Okay, so not that I'm down on the CEO. I think he's a bright fellow and so on, but come on, it's like it seems that the shareholders get milked all the time in these little biotechs. And it's annoying when you know the salaries, which are public knowledge. I hope you were able to see this presentation. I just got a crazy notice on my screen. So I'm really nervous about this whole thing, whether I just spoke to myself or I spoke to you. But in any event, please subscribe to my wonderfully technologically advanced video blog so that we can stay in touch if you haven't already subscribed. And don't get too mad at me. I'm going to take steps eventually to try to resolve my technological difficulties. Adios, amigos, shalom, farewell, sayonara, arrivederci, au revoir, wiedersehen, das vidanya. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Good night from Long Island, New York. Bye.